Okay, so we are back with part 3 of going through all the sports. I'm recording these in bulk, so I think I recorded the last set Friday, and it is Tuesday now. So I've taken a little break, a little tip-toss in between them. So, as you can tell, today we are talking about cheerleading, and I'm not happy. This is probably my least favorite of the sports because it is not what it is perceived to be. So in High School Musical or just any sort of TV show, movie, you're like, oh, the cheerleaders, they're super athletic. They're mostly females, like they all seem to be portrayed by females, for one thing, which isn't true. A bunch of females, super athletic, like all 10 out of 10, good looking. Um, and that is not the case at all at our school. Like, and they're not doing any of the moves either. They're doing, like in the movie, they're doing pyramids. They're doing around kicks, and I can't even name half the stuff they do. But if you've seen cheerleading, you know what I'm talking about. And then also, you think of cheerleading, you're like, oh, they're at the football game. They're at the basketball games. Yeah, we don't have a football team or a basketball team. It is lonely. It is so weird. Um, so cheer at our school is basically, hey, here's about 10 people that feel like yelling a lot. Let's put them all in the gym, give them a routine with some music, and let's see how they do. It's basically dancing. I don't know if people ever compare cheerleading and dancing. I never thought they would go hand in hand, but that's essentially what it is. It's like, okay, we're going to teach these blind kids how to dance, but we're going to call it cheerleading and give them some cheers to say. Oh my lord, it is something. So you really have to be hands-on because not everyone can see what the cheer coach is doing. And so you sort of be hands-on, be like, okay, we're going to do this, and everything's in 8 counts, so that's a nice thing, coming from a band background for 5 years. I'm used to stuff being in 4 counts, or 8 counts, or 3 counts. So that's nice that rhythm is the same. And you have to, and we can do bot steps, and no, the cartwheels, if you want to count that as tumbling, they're somersaults. No one's getting flipped up in the air and doing double back flips and the front flips and doing the goddamn splits. Okay, no, way too extreme for that. Oh my god, that'd be entertaining if someone did manage to do that. So let's get into breaking cheer down. The main problem with cheer this year, everyone got COVID, essentially. Like, we all got sick 2 weeks apart. So, my girlfriend Sydney and I, although she wasn't my girlfriend at the time, this was back when she was dating the other guy, Leo. Yeah, that's when she was back with him, and we were just like best friends at the time because we've known each other forever. We both got COVID end of December, beginning of January, so we were both out along with a girl named Caitlin. She didn't have COVID; she had some other illness, and then who did not? I know Alyssa got it, and our friend Michaela or Kayla. I don't know why I called her Michaela. Kayla got it. And so that was another 2 people that were out. So every time someone got sick, we had to change the routine because they only gave us a certain amount of time to practice. And what usually happened is you would go to conference at the same time as wrestling, and you would compete on the floor. The judge would judge you, and you get your award. But the past 2 years, because of COVID and stuff, we haven't traveled. We've done tape recording. So we did in 2020 and in 2021, where we got the camera, recorded us, sent it in, and I'll get to the whole story of sending it in a second, because that was a doozy. But, so originally, I was half in the routine as it was because I was trying to balance forensics, wrestling, cheer, on top of doing homework and student council and senior class stuff. Somehow I slept and ate in that time period as well. So I was like trying to do 3 sports at the same time. What a pain in the butt that was. Never making that mistake again. And then cheer was just like at the bottom. So basically, wrestling was just sort of the top thing because like forensic was getting done right as wrestling and cheer was starting. So basically, that just sort of left me doing with wrestling and cheer. And whenever I need a break from wrestling, I'm like, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm going to cheer. See you guys later. You can do your wrestling and your sprawls and all that later. Bye. I'm going to cheer, which would it would work, but not nearly as much work as doing headlocks and takedowns and getting slammed over and over again. Pause. Anyway, so we all got COVID 2 weeks at a time. So they had me doing floor cheers, which is the most ridiculous thing because I was never going to be on the floor cheering. What are floor cheers? Well, you know, the generics bullcrap that they have you do. We have hello, we have SUCCESS. That's the way you spell success. We wish you well in all the rest with SUCCESS. Basically stuff like that. Those are floor cheers where you just sort of stand in one place and you can cheer them. The problem is I was never going to do that because I'd be wrestling while they were cheering. Yeah, they cheered during our wrestling matches. I don't know how many people give a crap, but I don't know what I certainly never heard them. 1, didn't have on my hearing aid. 2, I'm focused on trying to win my match. I'm not paying attention to what the cheerleaders are doing. So I don't know why they taught me though. And so since Sydney, Caitlin, and I had COVID, we were like out of the routine. Essentially, well, the first version of the routine. So they had us out in the hallway practicing these floor cheers. And so the idea was that Sydney, Caitlin, and I were going to stand on the sidelines and cheer while everyone else was on the mat because they have these huge wrestling mats, basically the same. Like, we used the wrestling mats and the cheer mats for the same purposes, while the rest of the people were on the mat cheering since they already knew the routine. I mean, I get it because we missed 2 weeks because we were sick, but also we couldn't really help being sick. You saw sort of a virus that was just going around. So that was apparently the plan. And then, like I said, Kayla and Alyssa got sick, so I had to change the routine again. So then Kayla came back and... Wait, no, I think I'm misremembering it because I know Kayla got sick and she was out of the routine, but I think Alyssa got sick at a different time, like the following week, because she was completely out of it and she didn't get to perform with us. Let me skip forward here on my notes. So yeah, essentially, that took us, the 3 of us, out of the routine. Miss Holloway, the coach, shoved us back into the routine like, well, we're going to throw this at the wall and hope this works. So I swear, like 2 days before we recorded, we finally had a routine, a plan. Let's see, where do I want to go here next? We sort of had a cool little cheer pep rally, that's what it was. I don't really know why it's really a pep rally, because you know at high schools, like popular high schools and stuff like that, you have a pep rally for the football team or whatever, and there's a bunch of people there who actually give a crap. Yeah, no one really gave a crap. It's just sort of, here are your cheerleaders, they're going to be dancing, cheering thing, cheer dancing, and yeah, have fun. And I wanted to wear a bow, actually, for... not like just to go up on stage, not for the performance, and everyone laughed at me because they're like, oh, you're a guy, you can't wear a bow. Like, oh, thanks guys, it's 2021. That was great. And then we had a cheer clinic somewhere sprinkled in there. The theory was that, oh, we're going to invite all these every school, they're going to come here, we're all going to cheer together, practice together, have a grand old time. No one came, everyone bailed. We still had to do the clinic. So we didn't get to spend our Saturdays in a room like, oh, well, we still have to do here. And it was completely pointless. It was basically an extended cheer practice. Cheer practice usually goes from about 3:30 to maybe 5-ish. It was extended. It was, I swear, it was a good 4 hours, 5 hours long. You know, yes, they gave us a break for lunch, but it was pointless. They were completely stupid. Oh my god. It was awful. I mean, they changed the routine several times. It was just ugly. It was ugly. Although, the one perk, getting to hang out with my future girlfriend in her cheer uniform. Cause, you know. Okay, girls are attractive. So, that was probably the best part of cheer. Hanging out with my future girlfriend, current crush, like at the time, in cheer uniform. That was great. Cause they have like the skirt and they have like the sleeveless tops or whatever. Yeah, that was fun to just hang out around Sydney. So that was cool. Overall, we got fourth place, and then we had outstanding cheerleader. Our outstanding cheerleader was Jenna, and she got third. I couldn't tell you a thing she did. They never really described the routine, but she sounded like she did good, at least. So she got third, and it was like, oh yeah. I just remember because it took forever to get the result. Because we had to send them to Kentucky, because that's where Compton was supposed to be held. I swear, we did the recording like in February. We didn't get the result till like April or like early May. Because they gave us a deadline to send in the results. And they're like, oh, we're still waiting on more people to send them in. Yeah, we're still waiting. And waiting. And waiting. Eventually got the result. And we got fourth place. And you had all the first time cheerleaders like, oh, we're so happy we got fourth place. And I'm like sitting here like, it's not first, so what the freaking point? I'm like, yeah, I'm out of here. Just walked out of the classroom when we found out the results. So that was something. So, overall, not doing this again. No, I'm done doing cheer. Basically, I did it my first year because I was interested in it. Second year, the coach is my math teacher, so I'm just in math, and she's like, oh, well, I signed you up for it, so you're doing it. I'm like, well, here we go. But this, I'm not doing it. No. This was completely pointless. No point in doing cheer. But it was an experience. Let me just say that much. It was an experience. But not trying to juggle all your sports at the same time is not fun. Let me just say that. So, yeah, that's basically the synopsis of cheering. No, thank you. It's basically it. And it is not like public high school, because that is not in the slice. Although, I did just remember. Shout out to Lexi. She's not going to see it. No one knows who Lexi is. She's the super shy girl. She did the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 count for me in the background where only I could hear her. And to make sure that I stayed on time when we were counting. Because, like I said, they changed the routine like 2 days before we recorded. And then also, I was doing wrestling practice as well. So she was a huge help for that one. So, wanted to make sure I mentioned that in there. So I'm going to go and bye.